Hey, Tina and everybody there at Fripp Island Living Property Owners Association, FIPPOA. Anyway, all right. This is just a quick tutorial showing you how to reset those links, if you will. So let's go ahead and log in. Now, from what you said, you've already uploaded the media files, which is fine. So let me go over here to the media library, and I will see these new media files. I'm assuming these are the ones. Let me double check on the email. Let's see, building application, dumpster tree, Fripp Island Architectural Review Board exterior paint, Fripp Island Architectural Review Board maintenance, and whatever. Okay. All right. So yeah, that would be these right here. So the first one that we are going to encounter was likely the one that you installed first, but let's go check and see. Now, I'm going to leave this window open because I'm going to need to get the web addresses or the URLs to each of these pages in order to change this link, if you will. So let me go to right click on pages, and I'm going to open link in a new tab. Okay. And what it's going to do is, I'm still in the back end. So there we go. So now I can go to the pages you're talking about. And you said it's under the, what was it? The ARB forms, up-to-date ARB forms. Okay, so ARB forms right here. Okay, so let me click on this one. Righto. Now, if I want to see what this looks like, I can view the page. There it is right there. Okay. Now, if I want to go back to edit the page, I come back to the top and click on, because I'm logged into the back end to the admin, so this bar is going to stay on the top. So it gives me access to go back to the dashboard, blah, blah. Can customize things, yada, yada, add a new. But anyway, we're concerned with this page and this page alone, ARB forms. So let's go back to edit the page. Now, right now, what we're looking at is the visual representation of that section of the page. As a matter of fact, what I'll do is I will right-click on this and open that in a new link. Okay. There's the page. Okay. There's all those whatever. Okay. But anyway, this is the visual portion. You know that, and this is the back end, which are the text. Now, this is where I'm used to working because I can go in with the code and add things. But you guys like to, or you may not be comfortable with that. So, well, let me do this. Let me go over here. Now, this is the first one, this building application. So let me click on this. It's going to open up the little toolbar for changing the URL or editing it. By mousing over this pencil, you see the edit function. Okay. And now what I could do here, if I wanted to, is just paste that new URL in there if I knew what it was. But right now I don't know what it is. But what I will do is I will go ahead and click on the link options gear icon, so that it gives me this right here. Now, unfortunately, this is just pointing to pages as far as, linking to existing content. So once again, there's a reason why I wanted you to open up the media file or media library on one tab, and then open up the back end on another tab. Then, of course, if you want, you could have opened this up just to have that visual of the page itself, maybe making changes on the content of the page and not just a link. So anyway, this was the first one, the new application. So let's click on that, and the detail page opens up, and here's that URL or the web address that I'm looking for. So what I'll do is I will click in here, and I will just left mouse hold and drag slowly to the right, because sometimes I go too fast, it jumps off. Then I'll right click and I will copy that URL. Okay, then I'll come back over here. You see what the URL is. This is the old URL, because let's take a look at this. The web address on this, let me get it to the end, is building application for new or addition.pdf. And this one is building it underscore application. So I'm hoping I'm changing it to the right one. But anyway, Let's right click and copy that link. Come over here, highlight this window, right click and paste that link. And then update. Okay. Now if I click on this now, there it is, building application for new or addition PDF. Okay. So let's do this. This is the dumpster tree removal. So again, I will click on this, then go to the edit. And I could just, if I had the link that all I'm changing is URL, I could just paste that, but I will do this so that I can give you a little bit more of a visual representation. So the next one I want to go to, and I could click both forwards and backwards if I wanted to, but for easier purposes, this is the dumpster right there. There's that URL. Application 1. Let's try to remember that. So let's come over here. Let's look at the end of this. What's that say? It just says tree moving application. So, that being the case, I'm going to want to paste this new one right here. Tree roofing application 1. You guys need to make sure that when you do these, this is why I like to open up the gearbox icon, the little gear icon on that hyperlink tab, that popped up whenever I clicked on the PDF link. And the reason be that is because instead of being taken away from the page on the same tab or the same window, let me show you what I'm talking about. Right now, I haven't made the change to this. I haven't saved it, okay? So on this one, I want you to watch what happens. If I click on this one, it opens up a new tab, but I'm still here on this other tab, but it opened up in a new tab. So you should do that for all of them, because watch what happens on this one. See, I'm taken away from the website and this opens up. So in order to get back to it, I have to hit that back arrow, which most people, no big deal, but some people, you want to try to compensate. So let's go back to this one and confirm that, yeah, that's the new one. Always check this box right here when you want to send them to something, unless it's not important. I mean, it's up to you to decide when that should be done, but in my case, I know I'm going to be just sending them to open up a file or a form that they can download, but I'd rather when they're finished with it, when they close that particular tab, they're taken back to the original page they were on. So I will open the link in a new tab, then I'll update it. Okay? And I have a suspicion these will be the same. So this is exterior paint application. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go back over here, find the exterior paint application. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to left click and hold on the right there, and then drag it across till I highlight the entire URL. I'm going to copy that, then I'll come back to this page. Now this is the exterior paint, so I will click on that link, which opens up the tool. I'm going to edit it, but in my case, I always make sure that I click on that gear icon so that I can double check right there. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, because it's already highlighted the URL for me, is I'm going to paste the new one on there. But here I'm going to also include checking on the open in a new tab. I'm going to update it. Okay? And then the last but not least, I guess, is this maintenance and repair, which is this one, maintenance and repair. Okay, so I'll click on that. Highlight, drag, left drag and hold. All right, right click, copy. Close that. Here, click on this one. Click on the edit. Click on the gear. It's highlighted everything for me, so all I have to do here is right click and paste. But I'm going to check on open link in a new tab. While I'm in here, why not? Let's check and see what's going on here. Click on edit. Gear. Ah, that one's done. Click on this one. Edit, gear, and that one's done. Okay, so we're done. So now all we have to do here is update the page. Okay, it's all done on that end, so I don't need you anymore, so I'm going to close you. I don't need you anymore, so I'm going to close you. I want to see the revised, so I will right-click, open link in a new tab, just in case I have to come back and make a change. I don't want to close out of that. Click on this one, and this should be the new, or this is the revised Is there a date on these? I don't see a date on the bottom of the thing. Maybe you might decide. Maybe you guys might start putting revision dates or versions on your document so that obviously that you have the right one. But anyway, or someone can come behind you and figure it out pretty quickly because you have revision history. All right. But remember this one was opening up in the same window. Now it's going to open up in a new page. And if you notice the title of the URL, that is that application -1. Or you could have put the date here. You can put the date in the URL, which could have been, I kind of, the way I do my dating on files that I save is I will put the year first, then the month, and then the day. But I don't use dashes between them. So like today is July the 11th. So what I could do here when I name the file is either put it in the front, which if I put it in the front, if I go back and check file folders, it's going to follow the sequence because I could put the date in the front before I get in the text. So here I would probably put something like, what was the day again? July the 11th. So I would put 17/07/11. So the year, the month, and the day, and then -dumpster, -tree, -roofing, -application, and then you wouldn't have to worry about -1 or, that being somewhat confusing because if you put a date in there, there's a sequence, there's a chronological order, if you will. And it makes sense. I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, so don't go getting offended. I'm just saying, offering up some suggestions and ideas and concepts of a new way of doing things because you never know, somebody may have to come behind you and try to figure out where you left off, and using dates usually helps in the filing sequence because, again, it's going to go alphanumeric, and but if you want to have it flow by date, then you want obviously the date first in the name of the file. Okay, so in my case, again, I go the year, the month, and the day. So 17/07/11, no spaces, -dumpster, blah 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 blah. But guess what? When I'm done downloading this and I close this, there may be another file I need. So here I am. I'm right back to it, as opposed to it opening up in the same tab. Then I have to hit the back arrow to get back to this page. Now the viewer is conveniently taken to the specific page to download. Check, you got a blank document here, so double check that. And then when they're done downloading it or whatever they have to do or printing it, okay, then they close the page and bam, they're right back. So I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to give me a jingle. I'd love to hear from you guys. Love talking to you, and I absolutely love working with you. You guys are awesome. So until then, like we used to say in the Navy, we're wishing you fair seas and following winds. Have a great one, guys.